Hey everybody, welcome to Scotch for Dummies, where we've got a little bit of a twist today.
What is this? This is an American Single Malt, not Scotch.
Yeah, but that's why we're even willing to review it, because it's the closest thing we're going to find to our beloved Scotch.
Might be a fight. A bear fight.
A bear fight.
Let's check out the review. What's up, everybody? I'm Drew from Scotch for Dummies.
And I'm Mark, and today we've got an American Single Malt called Bear Fight.
Bear Fight.
Don't know much about it. I do know some of the quick details. 45% ABV, non-aged. But what I find most interesting is American Single Malt, and we've been thinking and talking about getting into this because it's close to Scotch.
It's the closest to Scotch we know of.
This particular bottle has won some awards in the last 2 years. Actually, a couple of pretty big, notable awards. But basically, it's an American Single Malt by Next
Century Sprits. It's in NC, North Carolina.
North Carolina. They age it in ex-bourbon barrels and then in finished in sherry and peat barrels.
I know, I couldn't remember too for a second.
It started in an American oak.
That's right.
So, but I'm excited because it's not going to be bourbon.
That's true. So we're looking forward to this one. They actually, I will say, Bear Fight did contact us and send us a bottle of this, so we're actually very excited to try this out. Like you mentioned, I know that I am definitely excited to try to get into American whiskeys because you know what? Americans, and it's the closest thing to Scotch. So I'm looking forward to this. The description sounds great. The price is around $54, $55. You can buy it at Reserve Bar and whiskylovers.com. And I think we're ready to go.
Let's do it. Let's get into this.
Well, you know what? It smells like a Scotch.
There is a hint of peat on it. I'll give you that.
This is a slight bit of earth. Caramel, butterscotch, red apple.
So first notes, it came in pretty heavy on the alcohol. I was getting a lot of alcohol vapor, especially for 45 even. But it's lightening up already. It's starting to waft off, and I'm starting to get some of those notes.
There's some kind of candied something too. Maybe not ginger candied. Maybe
there is something sweet, some caramel under the bottom of it, or something of that nature.
You ready to try this?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Cheers.
Slightly sweet up front. Ooh, it's got a rolling back end there. Some pepper in the back end. Somewhat a little hot. Caramels. Some cherry cordial.
A little bit of a nutty, I don't want to say walnut or pecan, maybe something of that down the center of it. There's you said it's a little bit hot. It's edgy, but it's not like alcohol edgy. It's a spice note. You said pepper, I believe. Long finish. Actually, the finish, you can sort of get a little bit of that sherry influence, sherry finish on the long finish, if you will. Mm-hmm. Not to be repetitive there, but
you know what? I'm not getting. It's finished in some exclusive peat, from Ireland. I don't know which one. Okay, so there's my first hint of that right now, and it's faint. I will say, but it's nice. It's nice.
It is nice. It's approachable for someone who's not a peat drinker. If you're not a big smoky peated Scotch drinker, you're not going to be offended by this by any means. I actually really like the fact that they came in at 45% ABV. 40, I don't think is the right thing to do, and this gives me a little bit of room to play with it, and I'm really excited to see what water's going to do to it.
I think it might actually help it out a little bit. Get rid of some of that extra spice in the end. Nose hasn't changed too much. Tamed down a little bit. Actually brought up the red apple more.
I was getting a faint hint of like springtime flowers in there, like wildflowers.
That's nice. The sherry's much more influenced now than it was.
Yeah, it definitely a little more creamy on the side of the palate.
Absolutely.
Water, open it up a little bit. Non-age statement, so we can't really talk about that. I don't know if this is natural color or unchill filtered. 45% ABV. I'm gonna say they filtered it, and who knows if they put color in it. Don't know much about the distillery other than this particular bottle, which has been winning quite a bit lately. So.
Yeah, I like this. I will say it's definitely creamier than it was, and it's got a hint of the wood influence on the finish.
Just gonna say wood.
Wood influence, and a little bit more of that smokiness is there. Just enough to make you go, what is that smoke going on right there? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna enjoy this bottle. This is for an American single malt. This is exactly what I was looking for, being a Scotch lover and wanting to get more into stuff around here, and I think this is actually a very good start for us into that world. I'm getting a lot of similarities to what I would love in a Scotch. The fact that there is some diversity, there is some sweetness, some sherry, and then funny the nice peat finish there at the end is actually kind of reassuring. So I'm digging this. I actually like this a lot. For $55, the ABV was right there in the right sweet spot, so you can play with it a little bit. I'm gonna guess a 2.5.
There's more complexity to this bottle than I think a 5-minute review is gonna give. To be honest with you, while you're talking, I start to get the subtle notes of the ex-bourbon cask. Vanilla's coming through, but then there's some sherry on the back end, cherry, if you will. Sweetness. I think this thing's going to evolve some. I think it really is. Not a bad first crack for Next Century Spirits. Bear fight. I think 2.5's really good. Maybe even pushing a 3. It's a 2.5 plus, and I'm excited because it's here at home. It's on our stomping grounds, and hopefully it starts showing up on the shelves in your local liquor store. I know if you're still looking for it, you can get it online though.
Bear fight. Go check it out. $54. Cheers.
Cheers, man.